What's up? I'm on the Butler Chain today with some guys from Memphis, Tennessee, and it's cold for Florida. It was really cold yesterday. I fished with these guys at Toho, and we didn't do very good. It's first week in March here, almost second week in March, and it was 80 degrees all through February, and then this big time cold front hit, dropped the water about 12 degrees on the Kissimmee chain, shut the fish down. So we came over to the Butler Chain today, doing all artificial lures, no live bait, throwing some chatter baits, spinner baits, who knows what we're gonna do. But we're gonna try and figure out what these fish wanna do after this big cold front. Water here, because this is a deeper, clearer chain of lakes than the Kissimmee chain, hadn't dropped that much. It's 67, and it was only 74 before that. So it's only about a 7-degree drop, but we do have a big high pressure system on us. So we got to figure out if these fish are going to be deep on the ledges or if they're going to be suspended up in the grass. But I want to thank all my new subscribers. Go check out that contest that I'm running to get myself to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'll put a link right here. It'll pop up right now. You can click on that video, see what you got to do, have a chance to win a 2-day fishing trip with me. Just go check that out. I don't want to talk about that a lot in this video. We're just going to try and catch a bunch of big fish today. Stick with us and let me know what you guys do on your home lake when you're faced with these kind of conditions, where it's been warm, big front comes through. Does it shut down your lake like it does the Kissimmee chain? Or is it like the Butler chain where a lot of times it turns the fish back on because it stacks them up in small places? But keep watching, see what we can do. No, that's a fish.
Yeah.
Finally! 6-pounder. In 5 years, that fish will weigh 6 pounds on a spinnerbait.
Woo! Truck number 1.
We first spot we started in, we didn't do anything. Now we're drifting across this big flat, and we're not really doing anything yet either. We're gonna have to relocate here in a minute, unless that's just the start or something. Oh. There's one on a fluke. Perfect timing. On the old fluke, little baby fish. You know, another hit.
Couldn't tell. It was. He didn't even bite it. He just grabbed it.
We got one on spinnerbait. I think mine's bigger.
Yes, sir.
Not supposed to go that way. Trying to figure these fish out after this big cold front. It's going to be 80 degrees again in like 2 or 3 days. Once these guys take this cold front, this cold weather back to Tennessee with them. Got him?
Nice.
We're getting a little bit bigger.
A little bit.
Better than going backwards.
About another ounce there at it.
Are you hiding them from us?
No.
Oh, there he is. That's actually his second fish. But the cameraman, we have a horrible cameraman, which is me, had the camera turned off. Need the pliers? So that's let me see that. No, the spinnerbait. We're just throwing a 3/8 ounce booyah spinnerbait. It's kind of a shiner color, gold blades. He's got double willow leaf. This one has a willow leaf.
Got one.
And a Colorado, and they're just eating both of them. But they won't eat a chatterbait. Is that a better fish?
I think so. Got into something more. Might be a better fish.
I hope it's a better fish.
He's on there. He ain't shaking. No, he's up in the grass. Little. Went backwards.
Oh man,
Going backwards now.
we shrunk.
That's all.
That is 1 pound of fish and 3 pounds of grass. And we've already caught more than we caught at Toho yesterday.
Yeah.
But those couple you caught at Toho yesterday were bigger than these things. We will keep looking. I want him to bite a chatterbait. I just want, ooh, I'm scaring up a bunch of bait out there with this chatterbait. We're just drifting across this big grass flat here. Scattered pepper grass, big spawn, offshore spawning flat in about 8 to 12 feet of water. Just making big drifts and catching fish all through here, but there's just no size to them. So unless we get something that's 3 pounds or better on this drift, we're gonna head over to another lake. The water temperature is 68, which is pretty good considering how cold it's been for the past 2.5 days. Like any cold front here in Florida though, it only stays cold for about 2 nights, and then it's gonna get up in the low 70s today and be right back up to in the 80s for the weekend. But so far, they're not on the ledges like I thought they would be. They're up on top of these grass flats. Now the bigger fish might be on the ledges because we sure haven't seen any of those yet. So we're not giving up on that stuff. Uh-oh. I'm on a crankbait bite. Did you see him hit it right there? Yeah, he just came up out of nowhere. These are the most dangerous fish in the world to catch. Bass on on something with treble hooks that aren't much bigger than your bait. That right there. This bass is twice as long as a number 5 Shad Rap. We are on them.
That's more like your place right there.
Oh, there we go.
That's a good chunk. Yeah. That's a good chunk there, bud.
On the spinnerbait. It looks real big compared to everything else we caught. He had it way up in there, didn't he? Where's he at?
There he is.
Not a bad fish. Get up here. Thought he was bigger than that when he jumped, didn't you?
Yeah, he did look bigger.
Chunk though.
He's fighting pretty good. You want to take a picture, Brute? Sure.
Finally, something just okay.
Oh, he's got some spots on him, like
So the past
I don't know what those are.
5 minutes, we've caught a chain pickerel on a spinnerbait, a tiny bass on a crankbait, and an okay bass on a spinnerbait. Got to find some bigger fish. Find a swim jig?
Yeah.
A swim jig? Black and blue swim jig in crystal clear water. Same stuff we throw at Toho. We've caught them on spinnerbait, 2 different blade options. Caught one on a fluke. Didn't I catch one on a fluke? I caught one on a fluke.
Yes.
Nothing on a chatterbait, which I want them to bite. But it doesn't really matter what I want to bite, because they don't care. And one on a black and blue swim jig, and one little tiny one on crankbait, spinnerbait, fluke, swim jig. Anything else? But no size yet. Nothing over that 2.5, 2 3/4 pound one he caught back there. We're just beating the banks. See that bed off that little grass patch there? You can see it from here. That grass patch up in there, there's a bed right off of it. Oh, there's one. Man.
He's over here like a paws, didn't he?
Yeah. That's the old point at a spot while you're reeling in your crankbait.
Yeah.
That ain't a bad one. A little. Oh, we just find some fish? No?
I ran in the grass.
I think I caught some fish the other day when I came through here, if I remember right. Not a bad fish. I used to throw these little Shad Raps a lot on this lake years ago, and I just got away from it. But that's just a number 5. It's not the regular Shad Rap, it's a suspending rattling one. And I just do a little crank and pause motion with it. They don't weigh much, so they're not super easy to throw or to cast. And I throw them on a 7'3" medium heavy action. I don't like a lot of whip in it because that'll make you backlash more. So I throw them on a regular old medium heavy, and I actually have 15-pound fluorocarbon on here, which probably restricts it from running as deep as it could, but it casts the best that way. The bottom's kind of mucky, and they just don't, yeah. I have to rig up some Shad Raps. Look at the school. There's a whole school of fish with them. Look at that. Just reel in real quick. They'll probably still be there. Get up in there. Man, how many fish were with that fish?
4 or 5.
Good Lord. Wish you could. They were all about that size too, weren't they? Cast back out this way, like towards just out there, and see if put that spot lock on. Told you that happens a lot here, where you see a big old school of fish come up with them. Another one on a Shad Rap. So when you're guiding people, and you pick up a lure that you haven't fished in a long time or haven't been throwing, and you start catching them on them, you have to stop what you're doing and rig them up for the people that you're guiding.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
you can't really see it until you get up on it most of the time.
There we go.
Oh, ain't a bad one. Swim jig?
Yep.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Not bad.
You want your trailer. Got him.
Got him.
Swim jig. Going up here to look at some beds. Man, I bet you can even see those beds on the camera. They're glowing. The one bad thing about these beds is that's all that is they're glowing, because there ain't nothing on them. Is that a good one? Sounded decent. On that swim jig again. Oh, black and blue swim jig. Boy, when he jumped out there, I thought he was 3 or 4 pounder, didn't you?
Yeah. Thought he was better too.
Not very often out here. I know a lot of people throw swim jigs, but there's not very often out here where it catches them better than everything. Maybe it's the fisherman, not the jig. We're about to head in. Got a lot more today than we did at Toho yesterday, but nothing over probably, that one you caught was 2 3/4 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
Just some okay fish, bunch of small fish. I'd say the best things we threw though, or the most productive lures we threw today, were either the Shad Rap or that swim jig that he was throwing, the little 3/8 ounce black and blue swim jig. That was mainly on the shorelines, beating the banks. We caught a lot of fish on this today. You might not see all of them, some of them were tiny. A lot of fish following the baits up to the boat here, but just could not get a big bite. I didn't catch anything on a chatterbait, and that usually will generate a bigger bite. and that's probably why I didn't catch anything on it. But we fished offshore, up against the banks, points, holes, ledges, big grass beds. We fished everything. But thanks for watching. Again, go check out my video that I put out right before this about a week ago, because I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And if I do, I'm giving away a 2-day fishing trip with rods and reels from 13 Fishing, some stuff from DOA, 2 free nights in a hotel. It's about a $2,000 deal. And I'm also going to start doing those monthly giveaways that I also mentioned in that video. So go check out that video. I'll put a link in the description for it. And tried to figure them out today after this big cold front we had out in the middle of nowhere. It started out, what, like 42 degrees this morning? And now it's probably 70 and gorgeous. We'll see you guys next time. Got anything to say?
Peace out. Great fishing.
See ya.